9.
It is classic movie day today, and you're going to find out things that you never knew about some of the greatest films of all time, like this Christmas classic, It's a Wonderful Life. Joining us a little later today are the kids from It's a Wonderful Life, who will tell us what it's like working with the great Jimmy Stewart. And do you remember this classic?
Hey, Stella!
Also joining us later is Stella herself, Kim Hunter, who's going to tell us what it was like making Streetcar, plus another movie classic, Planet of the Apes. But first, I am sure you remember the story of this household full of girls. Two of the stars of Little Women. One played the tomboy sister Jo, and the other played the delicate Meg. Please help me welcome June Allyson and Janet Leigh. Go ahead. Hi, girls. Ooh, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Did we get you? I'm sorry about that.
You did.
I'm still playing Joe.
Now, you just have to tell everybody that you're okay. Because everybody wants to know because they can't hear you. Because I think it was a wonderful thing that you came to do a talk show when you can't talk.
That's because she's a trooper.
Oh.
There's no business like show business like no business we know. Oh.
We could get you a horse, though. You could do a riding scene for us. Now, listen.
I forgot my horse.
Little Women was made the year I was born.
Oh, shut up.
Just shut up. But it's one of my all-time favorite movies. It's
Oh,
just
I know.
endured
Me
and
too.
endured. It's still
Endured.
as good now and endured. Listen.
You're gonna get it.
Don't speak unless you're supposed.
That's right. Save it.
Yes.
Pacing is everything for this hour. Do you have a favorite scene from the movie? Okay.
Well, I do.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Well,
Speak now, Jim.
I will.
Or forever hold your.
Please. The scene where I come running down the road.
Yes.
And they have all that snow.
Uh-huh.
And I jump over the fence and fall down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I get up and I throw my skates around my shoulder and I go over and I do it again. But I stay on my feet. And actually, that was not in the script.
Which one? Falling down was not in the script?
No, but doing it again on screen.
Doing it again, doing it over again, wasn't in the script.
Just like I had, so hard to talk, like I had fallen down. And that was, I thought he was going to say cut.
Oh, so you just went around and did it again to
So
make
I
it
just
right.
went around and did it again.
And they left it down.
You got the next question.
Favorite scene? Most favorite scene?
My favorite scene was the letter scene when Mama is reading the letter from Papa.
Oh.
When the 4 girls are around, and that was a very sentimental scene for me. I mean, it was just you know, you cry just looking at the picture, and the letter was very meaningful, and you just saw the love that they had for each other and for him, and then you saw the sadness, and it was just a warm, wonderful time.
Did you cry at the drop of a hat?
Oh,
Because don't they
sure.
give you stuff in the movies to make you cry?
No.
No.
No, I thought they put stuff in your eyes.
Some
Well,
people.
yeah, if you have to.
Some people, but we didn't.
No, you couldn't. How could I could cry right now looking at that picture. Oh God!
There it is.
No.
If you'd like to have a good cry, there's a...
Oh no, that's the different. That's
Oh, that's
not
the
the
difference.
letter. No, that's Beth dying.
That's
That
Margaret
wasn't happy.
No, that
That was
wasn't
very
happy
sad.
either. Margaret O'Brien.
Yes.
Oh,
And Elizabeth Taylor. Now, what do you remember about those girls on the set?
oh, if I could talk.
Well, I can.
That's such great timing, really, June.
I'm sorry. One time, we were all sitting together, and Elizabeth, this beautiful, beautiful woman, looked up at me and said, "Oh, gee, Junie, if I could just look like you." Now, you know that's funny.
Well, it's not funny because you're
Don't
absolutely
be
adorable, but isn't it amazing that women are never happy with themselves, even if they look like Elizabeth Taylor?
Right.
We're never happy.
But she also hated, she wore the blonde wig. You know, and here is this gorgeous black hair and violet eyes with this blonde wig, and she absolutely hated it. You know, so I'm sure she didn't feel that she looked pretty because she just hated that wig.
hated
It was
the
like she
wig.
wanted to go like this.
Now, did you, when you were all really young girls on that film, you double dated with Elizabeth Taylor, did you?
Uh-huh.
Who did you
Several
double
times.
date with?
Let's see. At that time, she was with Arthur Lowe Jr., and I was with a boy named Danny. I don't remember his last name.
Just a boy named Danny.
A boy named Danny.
Where do you guys
Danny
go
boy.
on a double date?
Right up, I'm in a very musical mood today.
Where do you guys go on a double date when you're famous?
Well, we went to the, oh, God, I'll tell you what, this one time, we went to, remember the foreign press party, the costume party every year?
Yeah.
There was the Hollywood Foreign Press had this costume party. So Elizabeth and I were going with Arthur, and I was with Danny. And we got our costumes from MGM, because, you know, anyway, we both came as senoritas. And somehow the costumes were very low. And the two of us...
Oh, really? And the two of you certainly didn't have anything to show?
You know, there was a little something there. And anyway...
I know, you and I are the turtleneck girls.
Anyway, Elizabeth and I couldn't figure out why the photographers were standing up and shooting down like this until we saw the pictures, and then, of course, it was quite obvious.
Then you knew.
Yes, then I knew.
You guys got everything from MGM, didn't you? Like, everything.
I mean,
You were totally taken care of.
Taught everything, yes.
Yeah, which is kind of, how did you girls get your start?
You go first.
Is it an interesting story?
Well, I understudied Betty Hutton in a play called something.
On Broadway?
Yeah.
In a play called Something?
I forget the name of it.
That's like a boy named Danny. It's like
A play called Something, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember
It
that
was
one.
very warm for May or something like that.
Now, how did you get to Broadway, though? What were you doing on Broadway?
Well, I did the play in New York, Best Foot Forward, and the MGM saw it.
But did you always intend to be in show business?
No.
What were you going to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a doctor.
Well, you need a doctor now, June.
You're right.
You want to play doctor?
One.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
He's probably really happy you can't talk. My husband loves it when I can't talk.
He's thrilled.
He's not going to give you anything. You were going to be a doctor.
Yeah.
So what was, you were doing a play, it was just like a hobby, or?
No, I needed the money.
Oh, so you were financing yourself
Yes.
through school.
Yes.
And then what happened? MGM came to the play?
No, what actually happened was I used to brag that I could dance as well as Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire.
Uh-huh.
And all the kids in the neighborhood, you know, this began to bug them a little bit. And they found an ad in the newspaper, and it said, chorus girls wanted. And they dared me to go down and audition, which I did.
What about you, Janet? How'd you get this? Now, this is really this is a perfect Hollywood story, isn't it?
It's a perfect Cinderella story. I was visiting my parents who were working in a ski lodge in Northern California during Christmas break at college, and I had never seen snow, and so we went up to visit them. Daddy propped me up in some rented skis, and I had an old borrowed army jacket on, and Daddy took a snapshot. I went back to school. At that time, Norma Shear and Marty Arroget, her husband, spent the month of February at this particular lodge, Sugar Bowl Ski Lodge, and when she walked in, she saw the picture that Daddy had taken on his little desk. He was the assistant clerk. And she said, "My, that's an interesting face." Whatever she said, I don't know, you know, some kind of face. And may I take this back with me? And Daddy said, "Yeah, sure.
Have at it."
And yeah, go for it. And So then she gave it to, well, that's a long story. I won't go into that. Anyway, it ended up Lou Wasserman's hands. He gave it to the new talent department. The new talent department, there's something strange happening.
There's a man on the carpet.
It's not...
Hi, Ron. Thanks for dropping in.
I thought it was a peeking Tom. I was anyway.
Could the rest of us have some of that vodka, too?
Anyway, he gave it to the new talent department, and they sent me a letter. Meanwhile, I had come to Los Angeles for a different reason. The letter was forwarded to me. I went to visit MCA. They took me to MGM the next day, and I signed a contract that day.
Wait, that is amazing. That's such a great story.
But even more amazing, I think, is that a woman, after I was signed, I was given a scene to work on. Well, I didn't know what working, how do you work on a scene? You memorize the lines, I don't know. But I had seen the picture, 30 Seconds Over Tokyo, so, I mean, I always loved movies. I mean, I was those people and all of that, but I never thought of me being up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, she heard me read. She decided to have a producer and a director come down because they were casting this mountain naive girl in this picture opposite Van Johnson. And God, there certainly was no one more naive than me.
It was you.
And anyway, they tested me, and so 3 weeks after I signed the contract, I was in a starring role.
Sweet, that is amazing.
That's a freak.
We have a little clip of you two girls from Little Women, the year I was born. Well, I didn't. I was just amazed when I looked at that this morning. Here's a clip from Little Women.
Now, you see, Meg, I'm a writer. And I write about girls who are in love. So I know. You have none of the symptoms. You eat all right, you sleep like a log, you're not twittery or cross, and you don't mope in corners. Therefore, you're not in love.
I love that movie. Up next, we're going to hear about Janet's famous shower scene in Psycho, and we're going to visit with Kim Hunter, who won an Academy Award for her role as Stella in A Streetcar Named Desire. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Wish I didn't have to bake. Wish I knew what to bring. Wish I'd get one.
Baskin-Robbins presents 30 wonderful holiday desserts that'll make your wishes come true.
When I stay at my aunt's, she tells me stories with shadows. I love her. Sometimes I pretend I fly in her hands. We float above her house. It's covered with snow and very, very cold. I want to give her a present, something warm.
Isotoner's unique fit surrounds the hand in warmth to protect what you cherish.
Still no snow, huh? I bet I can make it snow. Have you had hot cocoa?
No.
Well, no wonder. Come on.
Wow, look!
Something magic always happens with Carnation Hot Cocoa.
Some nights, my husband Ben is out there for hours, in spite of his minor arthritis pain. When he has a flare-up, he takes Advil. For minor arthritis pain, doctors recommend Advil most. And Advil's gentler on his stomach than aspirin. He says Advil lets him get back to doing what he loves. And without the pain, he sleeps better. Says he wakes up feeling ready for another day. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
It's party time, people. So pick up those party platters. Pick up some pickles, some Vlasic pickles. Pick up your poultry, your pot roast. Save a pickle platter. But be sure and pick the perfect pickle. Pick a Vlasic. The perfect pickle for piking it up.
Well, the murderer, you see, crept in here very slowly. Of course, the shower was on. There was no sound. And
movies today with legendary stars Janet Leigh and June Allyson. And joining us now is the Oscar-winning actress who brought Stella Kowalski to life opposite Marlon Brando in a very classic movie, Streetcar Named Desire. Please welcome Kim Hunter.
Fine.
Welcome. Do you know these two people? I mean, I just figure you all know each other.
Gotcha. Yes.
Do you all know each other, all you actress types?
Yes, not always, but we do. Her husband's in love with me.
Yes. Her husband's in love with you?
Yes.
I see. Tell us about making Streetcar Named Desire. What was everybody like?
Oh, God.
Let's dish everybody.
Dish everybody, right. Well, actually, it was the very best film experience I think I've ever had.
Yeah?
Primarily, all of us had played it before, everyone in it.
Because it came from
I was in the original production of the play, so was Marlon, Carl. And Vivian had played it in London.
Vivian
Leigh.
What was she like?
Oh, the most charming woman in the world.
Charming, really?
Absolutely charming.
Yeah?
And lovely to work with, she certainly was.
What about Marlon Brando?
The best.
The best.
The best.
Best what? The best what?
Actor, person.
I want to know the dirt. Really?
I'm sorry, I got no dirt.
But
it's all very clean.
Charming?
Yeah, because Marlon had a great sense of humor.
Did he?
But he was one of the sweetest, kindest.
Well, does. I still would love to talk to him.
Yeah, and just an absolutely wonderful person to work with. I think Carl Malden said it once. You know, Marlon can make wrong choices or bad choices, like all of us can, but false he cannot be.
Oh,
yeah.
And his sense of truth was so extraordinary. And to work with that, you can imagine what it was like. It was just wonderful. But the film, because we'd all done it before, and because of the nature of it, we had two sets on two different stages at Warner Brothers, which stayed up the entire making of the film. So we could do it in continuity.
Oh, so you shot in order, which nobody does.
We shot in continuity. We do scenes 1, 2, and 3 in the interior sets, and then quickly over to the exterior to do the catch-up bits before we got too far away from them.
Yeah.
And also, we had a rehearsal stage marked out on the interior stage, so that while the guys were doing their lighting and camera work, we were not sitting on our behinds. We were rehearsing.
You were rehearsing.
We rehearsed all the way through.
You and Carl Malden are still good buddies, huh?
Yeah.
Are you? Isn't that
Whenever
nice?
we can see each other, we do.
Yeah. We have a clip from Streetcar Named Desire. Let's take a look at Kim.
Hey, Stella!
Kim Hunter, in her Academy Award-winning role as Stella.
You don't ever leave me, baby.
Ask him, huh?
Sort of.
Was he a good kisser, Kim?
Yes.
Well, is. Why am I saying in
Yes.
past tense? He probably still is then,
I
huh?
imagine he is.
You don't lose those lips when you got them.
No. Well, it's the intention, my darling, as well.
Now, there was a lot of controversial stuff that was cut out of the original film, yeah?
About 4.5, almost 5 minutes was cut from our original version that is now coming back
In
to
the
the screen.
re-released?
Warner Brothers has re-released and put back these cuts that they found not too long ago, as a matter of fact.
Really? They were missing in action?
No, they were stored someplace and somebody uncovered them.
I think we have.
And,
I think we have some of that stuff that we can look at.
It was all stuff that had been cut basically by the Catholic Church. They called it.
Really?
Yeah, they were going to give it a C rating unless they cut it.
I didn't even
This
know
is
they
slightly
made that.
different coming down the stairs in this version now. A lot, as they call it, seamier. But also, you know, in cutting it, they even cut some of Alex North's music. They called it too carnal. Can you believe it?
Really?
Yeah.
So that now the Catholic Church controlled all of this, huh?
Well, they would have given it a C rating, which meant that any good Catholic would not go without being, you know, excommunicated? I don't know.
I don't know, but we know those Catholics like to have fun because they got lots of kids.
I don't think they do that anymore. But at this time, they did. And there were other things, of course, from the play.
Did you do it that more this way in the play?
Oh, yeah.
More the way that...
Of course, and there were other things in the play itself that could not be done in film that Mr. Kazan, Eddie Kazan, and Tennessee Williams agreed to cut before we started shooting it, that of course cannot go back now, because at that time, when we made it in 1951, the whole subject of homosexuality couldn't be touched.
Mm-hmm.
And unless you know the play from the film, it's hard to understand Blanche's incredible guilt, feeling of guilt, because she was so responsible for her young husband having killed himself.
You're such an actress, aren't you? You're very intense.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's just, I think it's so neat to talk to you girls. We have to take a break. We're going to be back with those lovable Bailey kids from Jimmy Stewart's classic, It's a Wonderful Life. Peter, Tommy, and Janie, and Zuzu. Plus, I'm going to have a little surprise for June, so don't go away. We're talking kids and careers.
These kids were on the road to success before they were old enough to drive. Meet a TV sportscaster, a beauty queen, a pilot, a bank president, and a preacher.
How old were you when you won your first trophy?
3 months.
How did these mini moguls get on the right track?
It just comes to me.
And is their future all mapped out?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I'm only 12.
Amazing kids on the next Vicki.
She was a beautiful Hollywood actress. He was a humble taxi driver. Fate brought them together, but nature kept them apart.
She was looking nice, though.
On the next Maury Povich show, it's a bizarre story of love, sex, and the she that turned out to be a he.
Did you get intimate with David?
We had some intimate moments, yeah. What's your problem?
It's the real-life crime game on the next Maury.
Today at 1 on KCAL TV, California 9.
Cliff here at IHOP. Lately, people have been saying, Cliff, you spend entirely too much time at IHOP.
Hi, Cliff.
Sorry I'm late. Oh, sure, I drop by once in a while for the weekday breakfast deals. I mean, I'm talking real breakfast here. And I'm in and out of here in no time.
Morning, Cliff.
Hi, Harry, but I really don't spend that much time here. Bill.
Try the Passport Breakfast for only $2.99. 2 eggs, 2 bacon, 2 sausage, and 2 international-style pancakes, only $2.99. Monday through Friday, anytime, excluding holidays.
Looking for an apartment, condo, or house? Call Rentline, the fast, free, and easy way to rent. In 213-818 and 909, dial 789-RENT. In 714 or 310, dial 289-RENT. Rentline places rentals at your fingertips using your telephone. It's a free service to renters. Why look through newspapers or drive around town? Let Rentline do the work for you. Property owners and managers, call Rentline to list your vacancies. Wherever you are, the best way to rent is with Rentline.
Many adults think braces are only for children, but you know better. Dr. Beecham and his family of qualified orthodontists take pride in molding smiles of all ages. Appointments are available evenings and Saturdays, making it convenient to fit orthodontic care into your busy schedule. For only $94 a month and no money down, we offer an affordable 2-year program with no interest charges. Call 1-800-6-DENTAL.
Chia Herb Garden comes with everything you need to grow 6 different herbs indoors. Seeds, pots and saucers, plant food, instruction booklet, even chia growing mix. A great gift for anyone. Just plant your herb seeds, water, add plant food, then put them in a sunny spot and...
Chia makes cooking fun and tasty.
Chia Herb Garden.
Chia Herb Garden is available at Thrifty. Save on Payless and Longs. Makes a great gift.
That Lou Harper sure has me pegged. He knows I can't say no. I want you to go.
What the hell you say?
Now go.
Not when I'm like this.
What do you want from me?
Just a few kind words.
What else?
Anything I can get.
We're back talking with Janet Leigh, June Allyson, Kim. Tell us about kissing him.
Kissing Paul?
Yeah.
It was wonderful. I mean, it was very nice.
Favorite kisser? Is he your favorite kisser?
My favorite kisser? I'm not going to tell.
Favorite kisser, Kim?
Oh, my husband.
That's a safe answer.
Well, I thought you meant in the movies.
Yeah.
Oh, in the movies?
Yeah, I actually did.
I got out of that one.
I don't think I could choose.
What about Planet of the Apes now? What about Charlton
that was
Heston?
impossible.
Because we have a picture of you
Kissing him?
kissing Charlton Heston.
It was terribly difficult.
Where is that picture?
Because of all that sponge rubber.
There it is.
I had to keep... Yes.
That wasn't in the movie, was it?
Yes, it was.
I don't remember you two being romantically involved.
Well, he asked at the end whether he could kiss
you
me, and I
goodbye?
said, yes, but you're so damned ugly.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that. He was so unattractive.
Yes, he was a person.
What was that like?
He wasn't
all
an
that
ape.
Stuff on to do that.
Oh, good.
Was it miserable?
I was very glad I was killed in the third one. Roddy had to come back because he came back as our son, but I only had one baby.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
But now, how long? That was a long, tedious makeup thing, huh?
It was 4 hours getting made up. Get at the studio 4 o'clock, to work at 8, and finish at like 7, and then it was another hour and a half to get out of it at night.
And then they said, when you were cast, what did they say to you? You were cast,
well,
for your height? How tall are you?
Yes, I got this strange call. I was in New York. I live in New York, from 20th century, some chap there, and he said, Miss Hunter, and I said, yes, this is the casting office. Would you please tell me how tall you are? And I thought, I almost felt like a child actress.
Now, did you know why he was
that
asking?
I should say what he wants me to say, but I didn't know what he wanted me to say.
Because you didn't know
so
why
I told him how tall I was, which was 5'3½". He said, thank you, Miss Hunter.
Perfect.
I found
size.
out we all had to be under a certain height so that we looked like apes and not, and all of the astronauts had to be very, very tall.
Is that hysterical? Hey, now, you know, what we haven't talked about, Miss Leigh, is that shower scene. Oh, were you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Is that shower scene in Psycho? Did that just totally change your life?
Psycho sort of changed my life, as it has, I think, a lot of people. Actually, I'm doing a book about it because it's never been told the effect of Psycho on the people who were associated with it, like my children. How did it affect my children? Like my ex-husband, like Tony's widow, Barry. How did it affect Tony? Because for 35 years, almost, people have talked about Psycho, and so it has had a tremendous effect on, I think, everyone associated with it, and so that's what I'm doing a book about. One of the books I'm doing.
The shower scene took, how long did that take to shoot that thing?
It took 7 shooting days and 71 setups.
You know, it was interesting,
just
that one little shower scene. You probably take baths now, don't you?
Definitely. There's no shower for me, thank you. It's just being closed in, you know, and I have to be able to see the door, and that has to be locked.
Or
and
see through the glass or something.
Yeah, oh no, nothing shut. Yeah. And
I thought it was really interesting you were saying during the break, too, that prior to that scene, nobody had ever seen a toilet on...
we were talking about the Catholic,
streetcar.
Yes,
and the Catholic Church censorship.
And Hollywood had its own, which was the Hayes office, Breen office, and then the Hayes office, and everything had to be passed through that office. Nothing was approved. And never before had there been, in any of the bathrooms you ever saw in a movie, was there an actual John. Never. This was the first time you actually saw it, and not only saw it, but you saw it flushed. But that's how they found the paper. Remember, that's how Vera saw the paper that I had torn up the night before, that I was going to go back and be straight and nice and all that.
Yes.
And Hitch was wonderful, because what he did was he put some things in the script that he knew the office would just go like that.
And then he sneaks some others.
So what he did was he said, well, if you're going to take that away, at least let me have that. And he never intended to do this. This was just so that he could get this.
Yes.
Very clever.
Yeah. Well, can we take a look at June first, quick, before we go? We want to see her little tippy-tapping feet before we go.
Free.
June used to have a voice. Wasn't she great? Peter Lawford. We didn't get to talk about your favorite musicals yet. And up next, Jimmy Stewart's Kids from It's a Wonderful Life. We'll be back. Listen up, kids. It's time for the second annual Vicki's Sexy Soap Awards, and I want you to be involved. Just call me at 1-900-28-VICKI and tell me which soap stars you think should win which awards. Last year, All My Children's Matt Gorlingi and The Bold and the Beautiful's Hunter Tylo won Sexiest Actor and Actress Awards. The polls are closing soon, so get your calls in. Call costs 75 cents, and you must be at least 18 to call.
Drixoral is. Contac isn't. Drixoral is. Dimetap isn't. Drixoral is the only cold medicine that relieves the sneezing, stuffiness, plus the aches and pains of a cold for 12 full hours. Drixoral. Isn't that better?
Christmas morning's finally here. I'll make coffee. Everyone's been good all year. Can't wait to see their surprise. Let Folgers open up their eyes. Peace and joy are in the air. There's a magic everywhere. What a wonderful way to come together. Christmas Day.
Grandma, we saw Santa!
It's Folgers in your cup. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Don't just wish for healthy, shiny hair. Go out and get it.
With Pantene Pro V shampoo and treatment conditioner, Pantene's Pro Vitamins penetrate hair, improving it to the tips.
Pantene Pro V, for hair so healthy it shines.
Promise.
Let us celebrate this supper with merriment, with song, with crescent rolls.
Did someone forget the crescent rolls?
Don't worry, they're right here.
Pillsbury crescent rolls are one tradition you don't want to forget this Christmas. So warm and flaky, they've got that fresh from the oven taste everybody loves. Make sure you remember them at your Christmas feast.
And we're thankful for this delicious food. Let's eat.
If you hate the taste of cough syrup, throw in the spoon. Introducing Drixoral Cough Liquid Caps. Each one's concentrated to give you 8 hours of relief with no bad taste. New Drixoral Cough Liquid Caps. Isn't that better?
Aches and pains? Relax. Conair brings you so many soothing, comforting ways to massage them away. Conair, the leader in personal care.
I'll be giving lots of bread machines this year. Ah, fresh baked bread, just like your mom made with Fleischmann's yeast. Fleischmann's yeast, America's favorite.
What's that?
That's a Christmas present from a very dear friend of mine.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right.
Most memorable classic film stars are here today. Janet Leigh, June Allyson, and Kim Hunter. And June, I told you I had a little surprise for you earlier. I went to the market because last time you were here, you were having such a hard time reaching your feet down there. So I brought you a little footstool there, hon.
Oh, that's
for
funny.
you.
Oh, that's marvelous.
You could put your feet up on those. You know, actually, I have been dying to do this. Do you girls know what these look like? I'm going to take this I've always wanted to know. Well, I never knew. Inquiring minds want to know. Here we go. There's your little foot thing there. Because I think this is important that we all know what we have to look forward to. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's a giant pamper, isn't it?
That's what it is.
No, they have. But it's got the little the legs give there and everything. It's a giant pamper. That's what it is. Okay, well here we go. And that is just disgusting.
I think you're supposed to connect it.
I think so, but I'm so depressed that I have this to look forward to. We're going to bring out the actors right now that you absolutely loved as Jimmy Stewart's and Donna Reed's children in It's a Wonderful Life. Please help me welcome Carolyn Grimes Wilkerson, Jimmy Hawkins, Carol Coombs Mueller, and Larry Sims. Help me, kids. Help me. Welcome. Save me. Help me. Oh, God. Now, wait. Introduce yourself, because nobody will remember you.
Well, I'm Larry Sims, and I was Peter in the movie, the oldest boy.
The oldest boy.
I still am.
I know. So what was that like? What are your memories of that set? How old were you at the time?
I was 12.
Oh, you were a big guy.
Yeah.
So what do you remember?
The only thing I remember is that Jimmy Stewart was really tall. He was the tallest guy I ever saw in my life.
Really? You were
Yeah.
peaked out at 12. So he was tall.
Yeah, well, I was pretty short.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And that's real. Is that has anybody ever come up to you and said that that movie changed your life?
Lately.
Really?
Since we're doing this tour, yeah, not before that, but...
No? What do people say to you?
Well, they asked me if I remember it, and I don't remember very much.
You don't? You were 12, huh?
Yeah,
God love you.
I still don't remember very much.
Maybe you need one of these Depends. Along with some other things there.
I need it.
Get you some Alzheimer medication.
Yeah.
Now, introduce yourself.
I'm Carol Coombs.
Now, what do you remember, Miss Carol?
Well, I played Janie, and I remember most of all playing the piano. And
do a big piano scene?
Very big. I was told to play it monotonously, and I certainly did, and I drove him crazy.
Is that how you got the part? Because you could play the piano?
Well, they definitely could have gotten someone to play it better.
Yeah?
I got the part because I could play the piano a little, and because they thought my profile looked like Donna Reed.
Oh, really? Now, how old were you at the time? How old?
I was 10.
You were 10. So do you have very vivid memories of
I have
Mr.
some
Stewart?
neat memories of, you know, playing on the stage with the kids, and of course, working with Mr. Stewart, the kids.
What was that like?
Well, it was wonderful. He's just a really special man. I grew up without a dad, and to be in a family for 2 weeks, took 2 weeks for us to film it, to be in a family and having kids and then a dad and mom like them.
Now, wait, it
was
only took
special.
you 2 weeks to do all the kid stuff, you mean?
Right.
Yes? Now, Jimmy, we have a clip of you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that we probably should look at.
All right.
From Wonderful Life.
Isn't it wonderful about Harry? You're famous, George. Bet I had 50 calls today about the parade, the banquet. Your mother's so excited.
What do you remember about that poignant moment?
Well, I remember rehearsing a lot of times, and Larry and I were given Santa Claus masks to wear around our necks. And whenever we would do that scene, he'd pull me into them, and the inside of the mask would scrape against my face. And I kept rehearsing it, and then I guess they were shooting it a few times, and I kept asking myself, why does this man keep doing this?
Why is he hurting me?
Yes.
Carolyn, where you were, now how old were you when this?
I was 6.
You were 6. Now, you have the line at the end of the movie. Has it haunted you forever and ever?
Well, the last 10 years, it has haunted me, but it's a nice haunting.
Now, how so the last 10 years? Oh, because you guys have gone public.
Yeah, people have found me.
People
I
have
guess.
found you.
They
You've
found
been tracked
Zuzu.
down. And what about, do you get people sending you bells and angels?
I get people sending me angels.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. I've had people sending me angels for probably the last 6 years.
How big a collection do you have? Have you calculated?
Well over 100.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They're all over the house.
And I'm sure you guys have stories about people coming up to you and saying that this movie changed their life, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to hear some when we come back. And how are you comfy down there now? June?
Oh, yes.
Good. Well, you got a lot of cushion under there, hon. I just want to make sure.
That was a hard act to follow.
When we come back, we are going to hear what Jimmy Stewart himself has to say about It's a Wonderful Life. We'll be back in a minute. Let's play What's My Line. One of these kids is an airplane pilot, a bank president, a preacher, a beauty queen, and a sportscaster. Find out who does what when you meet these amazing kids on the next Vicki.
The mothers who tell me they can't deal with the pain of their teenage daughter's rape. How can they cope? Next, Jerry Springer.
Today at 11 on California 9.
When the Menendez verdicts come in, turn to 9 News for live, continuous coverage.
It's hot and it's happening. It's sounds of the 70s, the biggest, hottest collection of 70s hits ever. Songs of 1979, more than 1 full hour of hits for only $9.99 on compact disc or cassette. Audition other great sounds of the 70s albums. There's no minimum to buy. Cancel anytime. For a good time, call this number now.
To order sounds of the 70s, use your credit card and call 1-800-632-4030. That's 1-800-632-4030. Or send $9.99 for 1 double-length cassette or 1 compact disc, plus $3.50 shipping and handling to 1979, Department 1, Richmond, Virginia. Phones open 24 hours.
Parents always think their kids are the best. But when a child has diarrhea, parents often give something that's not the best to help prevent dehydration. Juice or sports drinks can be hard for a child's body to absorb quickly. Give your kids what pediatricians recommend for quick absorption, Pedialyte, with the correct balance of carbohydrate and electrolytes for quick absorption. Pedialyte. Don't your kids deserve the best?
These kids do the most amazing stuff. Meet a pilot, a preacher, a bank president, a sportscaster, and a beauty queen. Amazing kids on the next Vicki. What, no talk show host? Well, we're talking to some pretty terrific actors here today. They've touched our hearts through all of their unforgettable films. Janet Leigh, June Allyson, Kim Hunter, and from It's a Wonderful Life, Carolyn Grimes-Wilkerson, Jimmy Hawkins, Carol Coombs, Mueller, and Larry Sims. Long names, guys. Now, I did promise that we would hear what Jimmy Stewart himself has to say about It's a Wonderful Life, and let's do that right now. Jimmy Stewart.
You know, I've made a lot of movies in my career, but I think my favorite is still Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life. Its enduring message of hope and charity and faith renewed is still so important, especially in these times when money is tight and holding a family together can be difficult. But as George Bailey learned, and as the movie so poignantly reminds us, what really counts in life are the things that you can't put a price tag on. Family and friends and the belief in the possibility of miracles. So for this holiday season, I wish you love and happiness and all of the joys and wonders of a wonderful life.
June, I know you must have some awfully special memories of him, yes? Both of you girls are having special memories of Jimmy, yes?
Oh, yes.
How many movies did you do with him?
I did one.
Which one?
Naked Spur.
And what did you do, June? I do definitely remember the Glenn Miller story.
Yeah, we did 4.
Did you?
But we cannot, neither Jimmy nor I, can remember the 4th one.
Well, okay, we've got the Glenn Miller story, the
Stratton story.
Uh-huh. Strategic Air Command.
Strategic Air Command.
And who knows? Are you sure you were doing a movie?
Yes, Jimmy.
But didn't you tell me earlier that your husband is extremely jealous of Jimmy Stewart?
Yeah, he really is.
Well, maybe you weren't really making a movie, hon. Maybe he just told you were. Okay, well, we'll try to get to the bottom of it. I have a trivia quiz for you kids, though, and I'm going to give away the fabulous... where is your hubby, by the way, June? Oh, there he is. Wait. Who's been kissing you? Who's been kissing... Dr.
Ashrow.
Dr.
Ashrow.
Ashrow? Who's been kissing you, huh?
My wife, of course.
That's a good answer, sweetie. How long are you guys married?
17 years.
How long are you married now, Janet?
31.
To
Robert Brandt.
Robert Brandt. Okay, trivia quiz, kids. Now, if you know the answer, I'm going to give you a fabulous Vicki mug, and they're my little B cups. They're a collectible item. This is a Wonderful Life trivia question. What did Jimmy Stewart's character, George Bailey, always want to do that he never did achieve? Who knows? Yes?
Go to Europe.
Absolutely right answer, yes? Yeah, she gets a Vicki mug. Incoming. Very good. I only got to ask one question. All right, well, I've got more when we come back. More trivia.
What makes everything so Lick-smacking? Lick-smacking, all good. Cool Whip's the one with that rich, creamy taste. Cool Whip's the one.
I'm sneezing my head off.
I'm sneezing my head off.
Where's my NyQuil? This is some cough.
This is some cough.
If I take this, I could still be up tonight calling and I got to rest.
I've got to rest.
Hey, you're really sick. You need children's NyQuil as much as I need grown-up NyQuil.
Vicks NyQuil and children's NyQuil. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, stuffy heads so you and your child can rest medicines.
You can't breathe. You're sneezing. Your sinuses and nasal passages are blocked. Where do you go for help? Last time you went to your doctor for a prescription. This time he told you to get the same prescription-strength medicine without a prescription. Tavus D, the antihistamine decongestant that was once the most prescribed by doctors, is now the most recommended by doctors for 12 hours of relief.
Good morning.
Tavus D, 1 tablet, 12 hours, no prescription.
Some gravies are filled with lumps, clumps, and mysterious chunks.
There's something in the gravy. Something in the gravy.
There's something in the gravy.
Yeah, there's something in the gravy.
What's going on?
There's something in the gravy.
There is something in the gravy. So play it safe this holiday season. Serve Heinz Homestyle gravy. It's smooth, rich, and delicious. Heinz Homestyle, there's nothing in the gravy but gravy.
After most meals and snacks, plaque pH can fall to levels where acid starts attacking teeth. These attacks can last up to 2 hours, increasing the risk of damage to your tooth enamel. That's when chewing extra sugar-free gum can help. When you chew for 20 minutes, the chewing action produces and distributes more of your mouth's natural defense, saliva, which helps neutralize acid within minutes. So in addition to regular dental care, after eating, chew Wrigley's extra sugar-free gum, because chewing helps nature fight the acid attack.
Bernie, my beak's all stuffed up.
I feel nice and clear.
All stuffed up.
Mel, try Nice and Clear.
New sugar-free Nice and Clear cools your throat and has 40% more icy medicine to make your nose feel clear.
Ah, now I feel nice and clear like you.
They say we look alike, too.
It's a thrill to shop on 34th Street.
Nice boy. On your feet, you phony basset hound.
Wally.
And you keep your hands off of me, you singing quack.
Should I try Bombs Away?
Well, you'd better try something, because in a couple of hours, the whole city of New York is going to be baying at the door, howling for your blood.
Yes, I told him.
Well, now...
I guess I told them.
Does that clip with Jerry Lewis trigger any memories there?
Oh, just craziness.
Is he crazy?
Oh, he was wonderful to work with, though. But he's a wonderful director, which not a lot of people know.
Really?
On 3 on a Couch, he directed that, and he's certainly one of the best directors I ever worked with.
Yeah? Okay, who's ready for a trivia question here? Let's see. Here's a good one. What star from Dynasty appeared with June Allyson in the musical The Opposite Sex? You're not allowed to answer. Does anybody know? I could take a guess. Huh? What did you say, oh, Mr. Husband?
Jack Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon wasn't on Dynasty.
Oh, no, I thought you said Opposite Sex.
Who was on The Opposite Sex? Yeah, but what star from Dynasty? Wasn't it Joan Collins? It was Joan Collins. You're right. You get a little money. Right. Okay, here's a Kim Hunter question from Planet of the Apes. What did Charlton Heston see at the end of the movie? You know, raise your hands in Vicki's classroom and wait until you're called on. And the answer is the Statue of Liberty, which is falling from its pedestal as we speak. Okay, he gets a mug too. Okay, I'm coming down here. Let's see. Where's a good one? Let me see. What's a good one? Oh, here's a good one. Psycho. Who stabbed Janet Leigh?
Tony.
What?
Norman Bates?
No.
Anthony Perkins?
Anthony Perkins?
No.
It was mother.
No.
That's one that's over.
Huh? What is your answer?
His mother.
Are you going to give her a mug or what?
She gets a mug.
Who technically stabbed you?
Several different people, because Hitchcock... It's true.
With a free-for-all.
Hitchcock... that's exactly right. First there was a lady, he dressed in that outfit, and you had that silhouette, then there was a man, and another man, and another lady, because he didn't want the audience to get any kind of definitive idea of the mother. So he really mixed us all up, is what he really did.
And drove you nuts.
He drove me a lot of places.
Let's see now. Here's a good one. Let's see. Oh, here, from Wonderful Life. Uncle Billy had a pet, which was also featured in other Frank Capra films. What was that? Yeah, do you know? Wait. I'm coming down here. Oh, I lost it. Where is it? Tell me.
A parrot?
The answer. A parrot? It wasn't a parrot, was it, kids?
No, in the It's Wonderful Life trivia book.
Which is available on your book stand.
Yes, by Jimmy Hawkins and Paul Peterson. Bookstores everywhere. It was Jimmy the Raven.
It was a raven.
Yes.
That was pretty close. You could maybe have half a mug, but that's... Let me see if I have one.
Yes, though.
It was a pretty good. Both Kim and Vivian Leigh won Academy Awards for their performances in Streetcar. Brando did not win that year, but he did win a few years later. Does anybody know what he did win for? You already got a mug. Godfather. You wait, huh?
Godfather?
On the waterfront.
On the Waterfront is correct, and? Godfather is correct, too. Remember what happened when he won for The Godfather?
Yes.
The
Indian.
The Indian showed up. Was that the same year The Streaker was at the Oscars, too?
No, that was
a different year?
A different year.
I don't know. It's a trivia kind of a day. We'll be back in a moment. For tickets to Vicki, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to NBC Tickets, Vicki, 3000 West Alameda Avenue, Burbank, California, 91523.
Hi, you Vicki watchers. Coming up on Live in LA at 10 o'clock right here on Channel 9. Among our guests, the great saxophone player Dave Koz, who affects you in a certain kind of a way.
Yes, he does with that saxophone. Also, we're going to continue to make your holiday dreams come true.
And a perfect holiday dessert right here at 10.
Behind that beautiful smile, damaging plaque can build up between teeth and gums, causing gum disease and eventually tooth loss. The Butler Gum Toothbrush, with its unique dome trim and taper tip bristles, is specially designed to remove that plaque below the gum line. And it does it so well, it's clinically proven to actually reduce gingivitis and bleeding gums. The Butler Gum Toothbrush. Fight gum disease where it starts.
Hi, I'm Jim Palmer. Thinking about refinancing your home? Even if you've been late on some payments in the past, you can still refinance your first mortgage and get today's low rates at the Money Store. Because the Money Store looks at your total credit picture. They won't automatically disqualify you for some late payments. And you can apply by phone with no application fee. So even if you've been late on some payments, you can still refinance your first mortgage. Call the Money Store at 1-800-293-4321.
Cliff here at IHOP. Lately, people have been saying, Cliff, you spend entirely too much time at IHOP.
Hi, Cliff.
Sorry I'm late. Oh, sure, I drop by once in a while for the weekday breakfast deals. I mean, I'm talking real breakfast here. And I'm in and out of here in no time. Morning, Cliff. Hi, Harry. But I really don't spend that much time here. Bill.
Try the Passport Breakfast for only $2.99. 2 eggs, 2 bacon, 2 sausage, and 2 international-style pancakes, only $2.99. Monday through Friday, anytime, excluding holidays.
If you're deaf and suffering from alcohol or drugs, call Signs of Recovery. We can help.
Discount Tire Center's year-end clearance is here, and savings are stacking up. Our warehouse is jammed, and we must reduce inventory by 20,000 tires. Right now, buy this Dunlop D60 M2 radio and get another free. Or buy 2 and get 2 free. Either way, it's a 50% savings. Hurry, though. Values like these go fast. The year-end clearance now through December 31st at Discount Tire Centers.
The jury is still out on the Menendez trials. When the verdicts come in, we'll bring you live, continuous coverage. Turn to 9 News, KCAL TV.
Turn up the colors in your wash with new Ultra Vivid Powdered Bleach with Color Care.
Hey, Remington, shave this.
Introducing the Remington Triple Foil, the only shaver with 3 narrow micro screens. Remington Triple Foil. If you can grow it, we can shave it.
On the man with the 2 front names, Harry, James, the young man with a horse, gelato, day.
Okay, kids, I got time to give away a couple more mugs. Janet and June made a lot of MGM films. What is the MGM logo that we see at the top of every MGM movie? Yes? Yeah, absolutely, the lion. He gets a mug. What was the first sequel to the Planet of the Apes titled? The first sequel to Planet of the Apes. You already got one. You can't answer. You're a friend of the family. Yes?
It was Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Beneath the Planet of the Apes, absolutely correct. She gets a mug. We'll have time for one more quick one. In Wonderful Life, what physical defect did Jimmy Stewart's character, George Bailey, have? You can't answer. What?
He was deaf in one ear.
Very good. She gets a mug. She gets a mug. You guys are smarter than you really are. Very good, kid. You know what I wanted to ask you guys, too, and I'll start down here with you, Larry. What do you do now?
I'm a telecommunications engineer.
Telecommunications. And what do you do now?
I'm a retired school teacher and enjoying my grandchildren.
Good for you. What about you, Jimmy? What do you do?
Motion picture and television producer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh? What do you produce? What do you produce?
I produce a lot of TV movies and Evel Knievel, the Satchel Paige story.
Oh, good for you. Carolyn, what are you doing? Quickly.
I'm an antique dealer.
Oh, good for you. It's been really fun visiting with all you guys. Thanks for making it a fun trip. Girls, it's great to see you. Have a great day. We love you.
Hotel accommodations provided by the Mondrian Hotel, Sunset Strip chic hotel, featuring panoramic views from every suite, nightly entertainment, and cutting-edge California cuisine.
BLS Limousines, serving Los Angeles and New York for over 14 years, can provide sedans and limousines for every special event. BLS Limousine, cars to the stars.
Thank you, I'm Magnums. If you like what I'm wearing, kids, go get it there.
Stay tuned. Steve Edwards and Cindy Garvey are up next. It's live in L.A., and it's right here on KCAL TV Channel 9.